What's up YouTube, this is JB Panther, back with a video. In today's video is actually my Wonder Woman 1984 review. If you guys don't know, it dropped on HBO Max at like 4 or 5 hours ago. Honestly, I watched it with my family. And I'm gonna give you kind of like my thoughts about it, stuff like that. I'm gonna try my best to not spoil it, so it's gonna be kind of me like kind of talking over it. So there's gonna be kind of like an overview slash review, but I'm gonna try my best to not spoil it. So that's why I'm gonna let you guys know there's gonna be kind of a spoil-free type video. And let's just dive deep into it right now. So Wonder Woman right now, in my personal opinion, and I might do another video just like a whole spoil type of view, whatever. This is kind of just me giving you my thoughts about the movie. So the movie pretty much, it's kind of like a reboot of the first one, but except it's like, it's almost like a reboot technically, because you go from the first one where it's like World War II, then you go from the second one, this newest one, it's set in the 80s, and the tone is all over the place, in my personal opinion, you feel me? Because it's like, there's a part where, trying to give you an example without me trying to like spoil this type of movie, whatever. So pretty much the tone is like when you go in there, you're like, where's Wonder Woman? What's happening? Stuff like that. Then you find out what Maxwell Lord, he's like the main bad guy. Then you have Christian Wiig's character, Cheetah. Honestly, with Maxwell Lord, like I saw some of the Trump comparisons. Very, very sloppy attempt. It's supposed to be like an anti-Trump movie, kind of sloppy on it, in my personal opinion, because it's supposed to be like, he's supposed to be Trump, and he's supposed to be some other failed oil guy, and then later on, if you guys don't know, he does something which almost gets the whole world destroyed, so I'm really trying not to tell you that much about the movie. Christian Wiig's character, Barbara, she's like, the way she is that, she's kind of nerdy, awkward, she kind of gets underappreciated, and then she wants to gain power, kind of like Diana, and she wants to be the person to like take over, and then you'll see how she becomes Cheetah, but like the way they do her CGI, it's kind of messy, like to me it just really is, and like honestly, it's just, with this movie, it just feels very rushed, and it feels very like kind of generic. Also light toned. It's a lot light toned than the first one, obviously. But I still think the first one's a lot better than the second one. The second one, this one is like, the way it's edited and chopped. I feel like you could see some of the green screen, because there's times where Wonder Woman be, doing a jet thing, doing a visible jet. You could tell it's a set. You could tell when she does the lasso and stuff like that, you could tell she's on a green screen, or she's jumping on the sky, like the jumps and the fights. It's almost like George Clooney Batman. Like there's some like cheesiness towards it. Like some like pow, bang, pow, pow. And I'm not expecting superhero movies to be like, Oscar type worthy performances, but it's like we kind of came a long way from like the 80s and like the 70s, like pow, poo, pow, like Adam West Batman type thing, or like it's supposed to be like, I guess, Christopher Reeve's Superman. You know what I mean? Like we're supposed to have it where superheroes are taken a lot more seriously in these movies. The budget, it looked kind of like, I guess this cost $200 million to make. It doesn't feel like a $200 million movie. It feels more like a $80 million movie. It feels like, the budget's kind of low. I'm trying to explain to you, I'm just telling you like how my thoughts is, whatever. But the movie, it's like an average. Like that's what it is. Like honestly, if I saw this in a movie theater, I think I would have been pissed off. Like I think I would have been a lot more disappointed. You spend your money, stuff like that, everything like, spending all your money. It's more of a hassle if I went to the theater and saw this. But it's like 2 hours and like 30 minutes. That's long. Also, a lot of things as well with the movie is that it's a lot of filler. Just to give you guys a heads up, it's a lot of filler. I mean, like, there's parts I'm just like, you could cut that out, cut that out, cut that out, because my brother, my dad were watching, even my mother, she was like, you could cut this out, cut that out, cut that out. It was dragged out a lot longer than necessary. You could have cut a good amount of this stuff. The Steve Trevor romance, the way he gets brought back. I mean, I get it, but it's like, it's very like, it almost feels, and I get why, but it's like, it feels very like unnecessary. Because like it's cool in the beginning, but then it's pointless when you go forward to the series, forward to the movie. the bad guy, he's pretty much, I told you before, it's kind of like he's trying to be like Trump, and then he's trying to be his own like failed businessman, and you feel sorry for him, but then he, kept going bankrupt, and then, they don't trust him, stuff like that, and then, he's kind of greedy, and then he realizes his mistakes was wrong. So all this other stuff is like, I guess Maxwell Lord, Pedro Pascal's performance is, I guess, okay. Christian Rigg is whatever, you know what I mean? That's just what it is. She's whatever. Her CGI cheetah is very messy, like it really is. Wonder Woman Gal Gadot, she was, I guess, you could tell she got used to being the character because it's been like 4 movies, so you could tell she's a lot more comfortable playing as Wonder Woman. But her performance was, I guess, a B. Chris Pine was like a B. Maxwell, I guess, Maxwell Lord is probably like a C plus. Christian Wiz is like a C minus. You know what I mean? It's just, to me, it just feels like it's all over the place, and it feels like it just doesn't know what it wants to be. Then it wants to be political, then it wants to be serious, then it wants to be lighthearted, then it's set in, also set in the 80s, then you're referencing stuff from the 80s, then it's like kind of trying to be a love romance story, but it feels very generic. I mean, even other rom-coms and chick flicks do better than this, and then, she has to pay the price. And again, in my personal opinion, the movie was, I think HBO, I can see Warner Brothers being like, yeah, we can't throw this in the movie theater in the middle of a pandemic. Let's just throw this in streaming and throw it in HBO Max and in the movie theater. So I can see why they rushed Wonder Woman, because if they put this movie out, after Biden gets inaugurated, stuff like that, I can see why it would feel expired. So that's just the main thing I can see why. It's not as anti-Trump as you thought it was. I think it was probably because of the critics and a few other people. But it doesn't really take you out of the movie like that. But it's just some political references. But it's not like a Charlie's Angel, Birds of Prey, Terminator, whatever, or Ghostbusters was just banging over your face. It's some stuff in there. I think if you're just looking at it as a regular person, you're like, oh, okay, this is getting kind of like making me kind of sleepy. If you're conservative, I think you'll be nitpicky a lot more, or be outraged, I guess, about it, because I know a bunch of, YouTubers, the Phantom Menace, they're going to start being outraged over Wonder Woman. I really don't care about that. But overall, the movie I think it was a good Christmas movie. I do think they rushed this out because they know that this movie was not a train wreck. It's not like a Justice League or Batman vs Superman, but you could tell that there's some problems with it. But it's still like passable. Like, it's not as good as the first one. The first one I thought was freaking. I thought the first one was an 8 out of 10. I would give that more of a B. Yeah, a B. Yeah, I'll give it a B minus, because the first one, because of the third act. I do think the third act. I'm trying to think which is the best third act. I think the third act in the first one was better than this one, because the third act in the first one was a train wreck. This one is like, there's not even a really good fight, and that's another thing as well. It's not that much fighting. It's really barely any fighting, like at all. Like the fight with Cheetah and Wonder Woman, you'll be kind of disappointed, you know what I mean? And again, I see all these people on Twitter being like, hey, it's the greatest DC movie ever made and blah, blah, blah. Listen, it's not. It is not. It's just facts. It's an average movie. I mean, if you want to be fair, if people want to give it a C plus, fine. I personally give it a C. You go from a B minus from the first one, you get to a C with this one. So again, and I think they'll probably do a third Wonder Woman movie, but I do think Hollywood going forward, especially Warner Brothers, I think they got to do these date and date releases, especially during the pandemic and times like this. So again, this is my overview of Wonder Woman. This is more an authentic, real, authentic type of point of view, because I'd rather give you an authentic point of view and not just tell you exactly what's happening in the movie, because a lot of YouTubers, they're just kind of like, oh, because the ones I got to see it early, they're like, oh, this is the greatest Wonder Woman movie DC movies ever made. I'm like, you guys are very, very show-like, and the problem is you didn't, like, when I was watching, like, Grace Randolph, Joni Squire, and all these big other movie, Johnny Campy has all these big movie YouTubers, they weren't really giving you an authentic, real, 100% point of view. I kind of want to give you more an authentic point of view, because you guys can go see it for yourself. Again, you can just turn on HBO Max, whatever, and you'll find it. You'll be able to watch it just then and there. Another thing as well, you only have 30 days to watch it. So once the 30 days expire, you have to go see it in the movie theater. So just to give you guys a heads up, so it's like a time limit. But overall, the movie, it's a C. It's a movie. I say if you're bored, watch it with your family or watch it by yourself. If you have a lot of time, check it out. If you don't care, you don't care. And that's pretty much it, guys. Tell me what you guys think about this. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you guys think this was the best DC movie? I thought this was a passable DC movie. I don't think it's bad as Batman vs Superman or Justice League. I think it's passable. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. I think this was better. I think Shazam is still better. I think Aquaman, Shazam, the first Wonder Woman was better. I even think the Joker movie was a lot better. This one is like above like the first Suicide Squad. I'll give it that. So again, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you rate and like the video and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Peace and have a great day, and tell me what you guys think about this. Let me know in the comment section below. And take care and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all that.